Thousands of protesters chanting, "Ruto must go," is the order of the day in Kenya. From attacking the parliament to destroying certain buildings and marching fearlessly across different streets is showing how these bold protesters are in dire need of wanting a total government overhaul. The Gen Z feels being pushed extremely to a rough wall, yet they are the majority population of Kenya and even the ones carrying the country ahead. Wanting the controversial finance bill to be terminated is now not enough. The Gen Z feels it is time for President William Ruto to step down. It is like the protesters are widening what would have been a short-term issue to what will continue escalating the riots across the country. But is the chant "Ruto must go" being geared by political leaders in Kenya? Why the Gen Z are yearning for a much more troublesome condition in Kenya? Before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe, like, and also comment on our videos, and we are glad for any support through features, most especially super thanks button down below the video. Now back to the topic. It is commonly known that a number of protests in Kenya majorly base on political differences, where opposition leaders are heard leading the protesters among other bases. But this time round, the young generation, known as the Gen Z, is the leader with no any political leaders being heard directly involved in the protest. This would have sounded clear with the first basis of the protest, which was the finance bill, which saw a rapid rise of taxes on basic items such as cooking oil, sanitary pads, diapers, among others. Without wasting time, President William Ruto came out to cool down the situation, declaring that the bill will not be passed. This has not been enough for the Gen Z to cool down. They're now turning their energy towards wanting him to step down. A thing which is becoming troublesome, leaving many questions. Is there any political leader supporting the protesters in order to assume power? Again, are the words of President Ruto of scrapping the bill feel like a joke? These, among other questions, are leaving everyone look puzzled. You know, when you are a leader, you are supposed to optimize your workmates. The Gen Z feels tired of seeing members of parliament fronting their lavish lifestyles, yet being the one supporting bills like these. Borrowing money to put up a number of projects throughout the country may not seem bad, but a number of these projects seem stalled or not progressing. The Gen Z asks, where does the money go? Heavy government officials' budgets are in place when a number of basic services are not being performed properly by the government. Africans, including Kenyans, are observing a wave of new young leaders, like Captain Ibrahim Traoré, chasing away the West. That is France, US among others. Yet Ruto is busy cooperating with them too much. Ruto is looked at by many as a puppet of the West, which is considered as an exploiter and a practitioner of neo-colonialism. The West is now losing it all in Africa, and the Gen Z, seeing Ruto dancing with them, pieces them off. The issue of rising living costs and endemic corruption is among the deadly diseases eating up Africa. The Gen Z are observing what is ongoing in West Africa, where Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso is rapidly transforming the country. A thing which they feel should be the same in their countries. There are widespread frustrations that President William Ruto also failed to deliver on his electoral promises to address corruption. The recent 2020 National Ethics and Corruption Survey reveals a worrying trend of increased bribery for accessing public services. The percentage of people who reported paying bribes rose from 55.9% in 2021 to 60% in 2022. This includes getting business licenses, police protection, or even access to water and health care. Protesters say the finance bill that President William Ruto abandoned on Wednesday was only a symptom of the problems plaguing a country where many young people have few job prospects despite strong economic growth. Now questions come in. How the diffuse and leaderless movement, which largely organized via social media, pursues its objectives remains an open question and a source of internal debate. Protesters now face the challenge of maintaining unity and momentum while pursuing broader, less immediate goals. They will also have to decide how to respond to Ruto's offer of dialogue, made on Wednesday, but without specifics. Let's know what you think about these burning issues. And don't forget to support the channel through thanks below the video.
Look at what's happening. Young Kenyans are demonstrating for their rights. They're demonstrating with flags and banners. I can't even see anymore. They're being tear gassed. They're being